Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my class. Today, I'm going to continue our subject in grade 12 that is about news items. As you can see here, news is about news. What is it that you can tell to everybody about something? On the screen, you can see I have picked up what had happened in Taiwan a couple of days ago. Then we have discussed it previously in the class. So when you say something about news, is that when people, everybody can look at the phenomena at the same time. So you need to think carefully of what kind of phenomena that is actually considered as news. Now let's see here. Before we begin the um, further discussion about news, it is better for you to understand what is actually considered as news. Here I have a definition on news item from collindictionary.com that it is said news item is a popular piece of news, usually from a journalistic source or a section of a news broadcast dealing with a particular story. So the bottom line of these definition is actually you can take out a phenomena, any kind of phenomena in society that you consider it is important to be delivered as news that you can tell to everybody. So, but somehow you need to consider also the preferences of the audience about what is news for them that we will discuss in the next slide. As you can see here, when you talk about news or events or the phenomena taken as news, you need to consider also the different preferences of the audience about what is news all about. So when we have the same ideas that news is something that is worthy enough to be told to other people. Worthy enough, is it worth it or not? Is this phenomena worth it or not for me to tell to everybody? Or is it is if am I reading a news for me, it will also think that I don't think this is worthy enough for me to read to read the news. I mean, this is not news. So it's about preferences. Somehow you can merely judge someone's preferences by saying that is not a news. You should not read this one or that one. You cannot do that because everybody has the right to say this is a news or not. Everybody has the right to consider what kind of phenomena is considered as news. So it's about taste. Somebody told me that taste, you can never argue about taste. So when you want to find a story or find a news, it doesn't matter of how you feel because everybody will have the different ideas of from what your point of view what the phenomena is. Yeah. And then the next one. So this is the things that you need to point out when you are talking about news item. The first one we have discussed before, that the event or the um, phenomena is news worthy event. Is it worthy enough to be taken as a news? And then for the news to be like considered as something valuable for people to see or to read, you need to find somebody who is really good in telling the news, who are considered important regarding the news. That is what we call as the resource person. A resource person is actually somebody who can give validations of what had taken place in the event. So when we believe on the resource person, it means that the person we are taking as the resource person is somebody who is credible enough to tell us about the story. So when we put out the event in a news, it means that we are giving the exact events or the correct idea of what was going on at the particular time, based on what had the resource person told us previously. So that is what is important for you to pick up a, a resource person for your news. And when we are reading a news, it is beneficial for us, for you, to read who from whom did the reporter got the news. Okay, then we will have the sequence of events. Sequence is of event is that the what was the event actually happening? What is the first occurrence, and then the second one, and then the third one in order. But sometimes when you are presenting a news, you don't really have the exact order of the events, but instead of the first until the final one, you will have a mixed up like a flash and back and flash and back. But when the reporter or the journalist wrote the news like in a very good way, it doesn't matter of how the sequence of events flowed out, but you can still understand how what was going on at that time during the event took place. So that is what you need to understand about sequence of events. It is important for us to understand how it flow, because you need to have the objectivity and the clarity of what was going on at the particular time when the event took place. The next one is that we are coming to the language feature you need to have in the news item. First of all, we have the passive voice, and then the simple past tense, and then the direct and indirect sentences. We have discussed this previously before in our lesson, and then we can have more detailed discussion on this only language feature used in the news item. So thank you for your attention. Hopefully, I can deliver again more on any ideas on any subject that we are going to discuss in our class. Thank you very much for your attention.